Well, here we are. It's still Copstick in Paradise. I think that's the most fantastic name for a podcast, don't you? Because we are here, Paradise Palms. I realise this is too much information, but I've just been downstairs to the loo. And on the doors of the loos, one has all genders standing, and the other has all genders seated, which covers everything. And it's just, I mean, even in this day and age.
I didn't know they had to break it down that way.
Well, they have
lifted it all genders.
Mike, we're in 2025. Okay. You can't, somebody might feel left out. Now, I am delighted to welcome to my little table. Although I have to say, Koren is supposed to be here, but she hasn't turned up yet. She's probably doing something incredibly important.
She may have a couple of things on her plate.
Yeah, I know, because it's still very early in the Fringe, and everybody's wandering around with a hammer tacker and a board putting up what's it. So Mike Blaha, you're here. I know people are going to say, oh, not Mike Blaha again. But I always ask you on any podcast or anything I'm doing because you're wonderful. And I'm really more than a little in love with you. And you're tremendously good value.
How tall is he? That's what I want to know. Do I fancy him? How tall are you?
I don't know what your fancy limit is.
Okay, just tell her.
I'm 6'5".
Oh, yeah,
American.
okay, definitely qualifies.
Okay. You're 6'5"?
Yeah.
Do we both fancy Mike?
With everything in proportion?
I'm not sure how to answer that one.
Listen, he doesn't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
He doesn't understand.
I think I do, but I don't know what the right proportions
we're talking about ears, Mike.
Yeah,
ears.
Okay, my ears are...
God,
Now,
mind out the gutter.
I was hoping...
I think it's proportional, but I don't know that it's overly proportional.
Right, okay. But my other guest at the moment is Jessie Nixon.
What does that mean?
Well, until Koren turns up.
Okay.
I was told you're marvellous Bristolian.
Yeah.
What happened to the accent?
Oh, baby, it's still here. You just haven't let me talk enough. But now, listen.
Right,
if
go.
you heard me talking to my friends Caprielle and Danielle, both excellent comics in Bristol, it would come back. But baby, this is an elitist industry. I'm great at accents, so of course I'm going to do a little bit of a posh accent. I didn't know if you were one of the big boys, the Eton. Well, I mean, you wouldn't go to. Do you know what I mean?
I'm not a big, but I do understand when I went down to London at first to kind of audition to be on BBC. I talked like that. It was, yes. Actually, I am from Paisley, which is just outside Glasgow, but I can talk properly, and because you do, and that's terrible. That's accent fascism.
Oh, there's definitely some kind of pun there, isn't there? But
yeah, I mean, is there? But there is the same kind of fascism in America, isn't it? Because if you have a hick accent,
yes, people assume you're stupid and racist, and are largely right. Well, they're Trump supporters, so they may be one or the other. But yeah, no, seriously, all kidding aside, the South has a reputation for being, inbreeding and
and as you say, it's
and it is more Trump country, that's for sure. New Yorkers are supposed to be aggressive. Californians are like, oh, dude, yeah, we're so chill.
And none of I would not argue with any of that.
Yeah, some of them are true. The Valley Girl thing was a big
Valley Girl.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
So I've read your bump.
Yeah.
I do my research. I've read your bump.
What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are interesting.
Nice.
Yeah. But you've had a full and varied career in comedy.
Yeah.
You had a pretty shitty time. Was it the last time you were up?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did. Do you want me to talk about that?
Yeah, I do. I wouldn't. That's why I'm nodding at you. You see when my eyebrows go up into my hair like that?
Yeah.
That means
say something cool. All right. Well, I did Free Fringe, and I was in a venue at 11:45 p.m.
PBH or Laughing Horse?
Laughing Horse.
Yeah.
And it was a nice venue. Usually it was a really nice venue. But my show, this is a great lesson in dramatic irony. My show was called Damsel, and it was about the kind of contention between the wanting to be kind of the affirmation that sexual harassment can bring sometimes, but also the inherent disempowering nature of being. Sorry, you told me to not sound too clever.
No, that's fine. No, yeah. I'm just saying, I'm not laughing yet.
Yeah. Oh, babe, well, I'm not going to make you laugh, Kate. I'm so sorry. It's too early. It's 1 p.m. But yeah, so I was wanting to be a damsel in distress, basically, and then ironically, I actually was Also, why would I make you laugh? I'm telling a grope story, Kate. I got groped in my venue, and my venue didn't really handle it very well. They kind of
by a punter,
by somebody with flyering, which kind of highlighted all of the safeguarding issues that actually crop up with free Fringe, which I could talk about for ages. But then the fun bit that night, so I cancelled my show, and I was like, that sucks that the venue was shit about it. But the venue caught fire, so.
Crikey, that's God's punishment.
Yeah, or I'm a witch. I prefer the latter.
Are you making a
good
confession here, Jessie?
Watertight alibi. But I just think
Is that lighter fuel I can smell?
Yeah, you better be nice to me. Or,
So you got groped.
yes, just a little, just a flyby groping. It wasn't. I mean, I always say don't panic whenever I tell this story, because it was shocking at the time and enraging at the time that somebody would be so laissez-faire about doing it. But now it's fine. Bloody well, we've all had
Which is, I find interesting.
It was a woman?
Oh, it was a man, and actually,
I just said laissez-faire.
oh, sorry, no, it was a man, and his wife was there, and I actually went up to the wife and I said, I just want you to know that your husband just groped me on the way past, and he went, no, I didn't, and got really irate, which I was like, hit dogs holler, you know.
Hit dogs holler, I like
And
that.
Trump right now. Oh boy,
Yeah.
we're Epstein. Jesus Christ.
Now, I'm not, I hope I don't upset you, when that's translated into reportage, it turns into you were sexually assaulted.
Yes.
Which sounds like something, to me anyway. I think maybe I set my bar quite high for sexual assault.
Yeah.
But I honestly believe, I think it's just because of all the work I do in Kenya and whatnot. My bar is high
Oh, I completely agree with you.
for sexual assault. And I'm not sure what there is to be gained, either for the women who are groped or well, they're really the only ones that matter, if everything is termed a sexual assault.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say sexual assault.
Yeah.
I actually completely agree that we can suck the power out of these phrases. And
Yes,
words.
because they are powerful phrases.
Yeah. So I would always say groped, because I think also if I say sexual assault, you're not assuming grope, you're assuming something.
Of course you are. Of course you are. Now, Michael, as a lawyer.
As a groper.
Never groped. As far as
I mean, as a lawyer.
Non-consensually, I definitely groped. But
As a lawyer, words, little words like that, they're really important.
yeah,
and the
they
difference.
Are. But unfortunately, what's happening now, and I don't mean to go into a rant about
On you
social
go.
media and whatever, but I mean, the whole thing with truth, and it's changed. I mean, it used to be words did have meaning, and now people use them casually and carelessly, and so they do lose their meaning as a result, and it's terrible. But it is, I think it's part of that whole same universe of, I don't even know it's true anymore. You see a picture, is it AI or is it real? And so when somebody says they were sexually assaulted, everyone has their own definition now. There's no, it's like Kelly Conway saying, alternative facts. It's like, what does it mean anymore? And so it's actually pretty cool that you're careful about being descriptive, that what happened, so people know, oh, I was groped. Now I was going to ask, on your butt or on your breasts?
On my butt, which is the worst. I have a terrible flat ass. I have great tits. And
Me
shit
too.
ass.
It's
Yeah.
there's virtually nothing to get.
Well, apparently it was gropable. So,
Yeah,
you
there's
know.
virtually.
Big compliment.
Is there that much to get hold of?
But that's the show. That was what the show was, of like that kind of humor of he should have gone for my tits.
Yeah.
If he wanted a good grope. Like that is exactly where I think there's a lot of humor. To
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
And I think that humour goes much further to taking the power out of anything than outrage. I think people are, okay, maybe me, but some people are bored with everybody being outraged about everything. You can't just expect, although people do, to go through life and nobody does anything or says anything that you don't agree with, and therefore you go straight to outrage. Just laughing at somebody is much more effective than being outraged, because especially if it's something sexual, because 9 times out of 10 if it's a bloke making an advance, he could probably take you down if you but laugh. I mean, I get quite a lot of advances in Kenya, and because they quite like the older woman, and I always say, you couldn't handle me.
Yeah, nice.
And it doesn't take much to what's the word, kind of puncture their balloon.
Yeah.
We were talking about words.
Yes.
Now Mike's show, which he doesn't need to do because he's a phenomenally successful lawyer in LA.
I need to do it. I need it.
But that's the thing.
You know he's rich and 6'5".
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I know. He's
Demonstrably
pretty.
not rich. I'm doing okay, but I'm not rich. I'm tall. That is
Yeah. But he needs someone to iron his shirts.
I've not ironed in
Jesse.
about
Come
12
on.
years, but I'll do it.
I've been traveling for 3 weeks. Give me a break. This is the
But
hotel's job, not mine.
why are you putting yourself through this? And tell us a little bit about the show, because it is about words and what words make. It's called International Joke, and started off,
Nice.
last year about, is there such a thing as a universal joke? Because if you look through what the top jokes are in different countries, some of them just don't travel. I'm going to shut up now.
Yeah, no, most of them. Well, to answer your question, I wanted to do stand-up when I was a young guy, and I just never had the balls, the time, the nerve. I don't know, whatever. Pick one. Yeah. And then at some point a few years ago, I realized I love making people laugh. It's a great feeling. It's one of the best feelings that I experience to this day.
And not a lot of opportunity in a courtroom.
Not really, although there's some performance aspect of that supposedly, but I don't go into court anymore because I'm never in LA anymore. But I just always wanted to do it, and so you saw the first iteration of that. So the first two weren't really stand-up; they were characters. So I did a professor lecturing on slang words for masturbation, spank the monkey, and shagging, shagadelic. And so then I realized that's me behind a character, and I wanted to just be myself and just not try and hide behind a performance like that. So I started thinking about doing a stand-up show, and I started also similar timing. I gave up my home in LA and started traveling, so I'm a nomad now.
Ooh.
You're homeless.
Yeah.
You could take him in, Jesse.
Yeah.
See, so much for the rich, right? I'm homeless.
Yeah.
Unhoused, I think is the right word.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Please, Jesus. And so I decided to write a stand-up show about the traveling, and somewhere a couple years ago, this comedy guru that I know suggested, and as if you get a chance to see it,
I will.
You'll see. I say it was a great idea, but it's actually not that easy because everything's on the internet now. So what makes it a Polish joke? It's all global, right? And the other problem with the local jokes, and you told me don't shy away from this, but it's just not they're negative about taking the piss out of another culture.
Yes.
Like, the Slovenians are stupid. The Montenegrins are lazy. And I do mention that in the show, but I don't focus on that. And then ultimately, I'd like to think the comedy comes more from experiential, situational stuff as opposed to. I do tell punchline jokes because that's the name of the show.
Interesting.
But yeah, you'll see.
Because it's kind of. I think comedy, more than any other art form, kind of shines a light on the fact that people just hate other people.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true.
People who are not like them.
Yeah.
That's
what
they
most
are
jokes
shit
are
for
like.
this, and now let's laugh about it. The Welsh are all sheep shaggers.
That's in the show.
Oh, excellent. But so your show, Jesse, what's the thrust?
Oh my
is-
god.
I
it's
know,
sexy
I know.
R-roll, my
It's a word that I love. It's got the rrrr.
It's like Chicken Run. You sound like the girls from Chicken Run. I mean the chickens. Okay, so the thrust of my show. Okay, so I think by and large I'm a club comic forged in the fires of the clubs, and so a lot of it's just funny. It's vaguely thematic, but my god, I mean, like poor PR people. I don't know
Well,
how to make
thank
it
fuck for that, because no offense
No,
intended,
I
Mike,
understand exactly what you're going to say.
one of my
Go.
closest friends, but that are so I think too many people come up here who don't have, enough club experience, who are not proper comics, but think, oh, I sprained my wrist last year and it took me a while to get over it. I'll do an hour about that.
Yeah.
And,
I'm guilty about that.
generally speaking, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if you've been diagnosed with COPD or your hair is falling out or you've got...
But what if they're hilarious while they're telling you?
If they were hilarious, I'm right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
But
I'm not
most
saying I am. I'm just saying that there is a possibility.
Most of them are. They're hanging it all on one of these acronymic disease diagnoses.
Watch it.
And they use
ADHD.
they use the word, which always I'm like, next, journey.
I talk about that in the show.
But you're going on an actual journey.
That's the joke.
Yeah.
I make fun of saying, I hate saying the journey, but I actually was on a journey. So go ahead.
This show's sounding funnier by the second.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
And they're not actually that funny. So you're a proper comic.
Yeah, I bloody well hope so. I've been in the clubs. That's why it took me so long to get to London, because I was doing the clubs and I wasn't going to move to London until I could smash out a 10, a 20, a 30, whatever. So the one thing I'm arrogant to a fault about is that the show is gag heavy and is funny. Does it have an amazing and then my dad died moment and then I got cancer moment? No.
Well done.
But whatever, who cares? It's fucking funny.
But
Sorry.
you did have your bum groped.
Yeah, but that's really boring as well, actually, in the grand old scheme of
You could make more of it.
Yeah, do you know what, Kate? I really don't in the show, because I've got other shit to talk about.
You could have PTSD about your bum being groped.
Do you know how normal I am? I'm not on any medication. I refuse to uncover any truths about myself. I don't want to know any of it. I'm just raw dogging it all. I won't be looking into anything,
I think I'm in love.
Have you done Rebel in Cardiff?
No.
You should. We'll introduce you to Owen.
Like people on...
No, it's a great club in Cardiff that my friends run, and you know Owen Thomas, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
For Merv. Yeah, so anyway, because you're in Bristol.
In London now, but I go to
fair enough.
Yeah, she's sold out. Now, one thing, just before we finish up, because a very, very well manicured hand to my left is giving me... I know, beautiful
Is that
nails.
what they call French? Yeah, see, I even know that. And I'm straight.
We're married.
So
I know. She doesn't like tall men.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, she looks for me.
Well, I've completely forgotten what I was going to say. Yes. Now, you're too late, Karen. Honestly, we've got 3 minutes left. What you like? You can join in the next one.
Well, I said I did get my
We're just being joined by... Right, come along. Oh, it's all falling apart horribly now. Everybody's embracing Karen Koren, haven't you? How long have we got left on this, Hal?
Let's do 5 minutes.
Well, we've got 5 minutes.
Hi.
Can you say hi? And actually, you have come in 25 minutes late, but just at the right time.
Right, good.
Because the last... these lovely people.
Hello, I'm Jessie. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Jessie. Jessie Nixon.
Yeah.
No.
Thank God I said the right.
Oh my God, I would have taken any Jessie. Dave would have been great.
Yeah.
I have booked you for a couple of things.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Don't mutter, you're quite far away from the microphone.
I have booked you for a few things at the Gilded Balloon.
Now, one of the things, apart from being groped and people up here who do shit shows that gets on Jessie's wick, is, and I just read this in your PR bump, nepotism in comedy.
Yeah.
Now, Karen, you're here largely for your broad,
For
wide...
my 5 minutes.
Your speak fast. Your wide, deep and high overview of you're practically the only person that's been here as long as I have.
I've probably been here longer than you.
Do you remember when they were building the castle? That was a laugh. What is it? Just Elliot Steele that you hate?
I don't hate Elliot Steele. I've not met him. No, okay, so
Elliot's a lovely boy.
I'm sure he's really nice. I've read his tweets and they seem great.
Yeah.
But no, okay, so it's not usually the people, it's the system. And it's also, when it is the people, it is the failure to acknowledge that there are umpteen small advantages that they've been proffered over the years. and I do tend to mean performers. But also I don't just mean famous comedian parents. I mean parents that work in the arts, write for The Guardian, work in TV production.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Because
see. Right.
Connected.
Okay. I see where you're coming
My
from.
mum's a primary school teacher. I said I want to be a comedian. She goes, that's not viable. You need to do something. You've got to be a civil servant. You know?
Got to have something to fall back on.
But on the other hand, there are people that also get through that aren't related to. I mean, because your mum's a primary teacher, you probably thought I can stand up and talk to people.
Yeah, I mean that could be a reach compared to I write for The Guardian, so I can get you Guardian coverage for your Fringe. Right?
No.
I mean, you must get people coming and that, because everyone's got to go, right, if you give me space, this is what comes with me, as it were. I can get coverage here, I can do this, I can be on, you can put as seen on,
I just think
live at the shit heap.
I think you're going into dangerous ground, because there are some people that are not very nice in the industry and do things that we don't approve of. But the general, I mean, this is 2 days before we open. No, sorry, 1 day before we open, and we have to be positive, and everybody has their fair share. I mean, I've heard stories about this year that don't want to talk about yet because I've only been here 5 minutes, but I am so disapproving of, and I will talk to you about it off mic. And if you want me to come back and talk about it, then I might.
But I don't want you to do anything that's because one of the things,
it's hard enough every single. I mean, I've been here 40 years this year, and it is. I mean, I'm actually been trying to write what I'm going to say at the opening launch, and I sort of after 5 years of doing it, I said, I'm not going to do this anymore. It's just, and I don't know how I managed to turn it around and go. And after the 5 years, that was it. I would never give it up, until the day I drop, So, but there is the good and the bad in it. And, I do agree that for the smaller people coming in, going to the Free Fringe and then maybe the Gilded Balloon and then Assembly or wherever, building their way up. It's not easy. It is not easy. And what I care about is their material and how they make people laugh. And I don't like anything to do with swindling and, let's use your mum's name and, And there are some that don't use. I mean, I can give you a very good example, which is Jo Brand. Her daughter is a really successful songwriter and singer, and she uses obviously Jo's married name, and nobody knows that she's Jo's daughter, and she's doing brilliantly. So there are people that, and I'm hoping that you are one of those that just get on and fight and get there.
Well, as I say, I don't have any connections, but I would probably use them if I had them. I think I'd be one of the people that uses them. But God, the people that don't use them are admirable for sure.
But you do a mean rendition of The Wheels on the Bus Go Round and Round. I hear.
Yeah.
What's that got to do with?
Phonics.
Oh, is that
Primary
the teacher?
school teacher.
Oh, yeah.
You see what I did there, Karen? See what I did
That's
there?
why you're in the business.
I know. You
And
should.
what about the Hollywood lawyer sitting here?
I know.
I mean, how many people does he know?
Well, that's the thing, and he doesn't use, none of his posters say close friend of, and then just a list.
George Clooney.
There we go.
Oh, she knows only that one because it's in the article. Whatever.
I do you know George Clooney?
And I play basketball with him a few times.
You see how relaxed. Yeah, well, I play with
But
George.
he's not my friend. I mean, I don't hang out with him.
But you play basketball
Excuse
with him.
me, basketball is quite.
Yeah.
It's quite a. You're.
It's a bonding experience.
Yeah.
Very bonding.
Yeah, you're going to get a queue of people who just want to. I touched the man who
please.
touched.
But
George
I tell you, the
Clooney.
only reason nobody can see him, but he is about 10 feet tall. Isn't
Well,
he?
we've gone
That's
through
why he
that.
plays.
That's why Jessie she's a hot mess.
Oh, yeah. I've been hitting
She
on
is
him
a
hardcore
hot
for
mess.
the whole podcast.
When she stands up, she's going to be sticking to that little.
Jesus
can't stand
God.
it. I can't stand
Oh, I'm so sorry.
My goodness.
I know.
What have you all been
I'm
talking about?
sorry, it's not just Miriam Margolyes that talks about creaming and gets away with it.
Oh, for heaven's
Well, it started with
sake.
Jessie being groped, and we went on from there.
Oh,
yeah,
I see.
yeah.
Well, these are the things that happened in the 60s. Surely.
Well, and bring back the 60s. That's what I say. I think you go through where you go, oh, thank goodness that's all behind me. And then you get older and you think, it's been such a long time since anyone's tried to grope me. I really miss it.
Well, the
You
thing
just said
is,
everyone in Kenny wants to shag you.
I know, that's there, but that, yes, okay. I take it, I take it
thing
where
is,
I can get it.
yes, but there are other things that are really nice about growing older. I have just dropped my granddaughter off it. In fact, it broke my heart because she cried so much when she
Penny.
because she's gorgeous.
I thought you were going to say, I just dropped my granddaughter. I thought,
I did drop her off at nursery.
oh, that's
Drop her off.
completely different thing.
Just drop her.
But, and you, just before we finish, I mean, you're a generational organisation at the Gilded Balloon.
We are. It's a family-run business.
Yeah, family-run business. Would Katie have got the job if she wasn't your daughter?
Absolutely, 100%. My God, she's doing a good job. I mean, yes, I'm looking after her daughter when she's not in nursery, but she is just brilliant. I mean, which I'm going to try and touch on in the speech, is that I wanted to have a partner to, you don't want to run a business on your own. I ran the business on my own all the time, and yes, I had great staff and people I could rely on, but I was known, as probably as an aggressive, bully, angry person all the time.
Nuts. You're
Well, I
so
was.
lovely.
I am. I can be.
It's why we get on so well.
Arthur Smith notoriously called me Koren the Barbarian, which was what I was called. But I used to shout all the time and everything. And when I think back on it, but it's the only way I could be heard because men wouldn't listen to
Fucking
me.
man.
I know.
And they sort of patted me on the head and said, "Oh, it'll be all right." And you go, "What?" Anyway, we won't go too much into that. What was your question?
It was about Katie. So sometimes,
Oh yes, Katie's wonderful.
keeping it in the family is a
No, but that's why.
It's a
but
good
she
thing.
approached me. She was in London. She lived in London for 8 years, and she phoned me and said, "Mum, I'd quite like to come home."
oh.
And I went, "Oh." And she said, "I'd quite like to come into the business." I said, "Really?" I was quite
But you know what?
gobsmacked.
If I may also
Yeah.
clarify, I think that kind of thing is completely and utterly great and fine because you can teach her. It's a pedagogy issue. You can just teach
Oh,
her how to
hello.
run a business. Pedagogy alert. And whereas it's not, if someone's saying I'm just as skilled as my dad, how do we prove that?
Yeah.
You know? And your dad can't teach you the skill of being a stand-up, but you can teach someone to run a business beautifully. Do you know what I mean? It's a
No,
different-
she
that's
can teach
hubris.
me how to run it
Well,
better.
there you go.
Now then, tragically.
So sorry I was late.
No, you were worth it. For those last 5 or so minutes, you're absolutely worth it. You always raise a podcast to another level. So,
hilarious.
Jessie,
Yes.
where's your show? When is it? And why the fuck should we come and see it?
Oh baby, okay, it's
Yeah.
Assembly, it's the Crate, it's at 7:20. You should go and see it because I'm a brilliant stand-up, but because I'm a little insecure, I've also put poems and songs in there, so there's a whole smorgasbord of stuff for you to see. And I'm really nice and I'm kind of hot.
Now, that is, I tell you something.
Talk about believing in herself.
I
Good
know.
on you. Well done, you.
that is a pitch that would persuade me along to a show. Michael.
She'll be
Yes.
Yes, why should we come and see your show?
It's at 6:35 p.m. at Greenside, George Street, and you should come see it if you want to hear some good anecdotes and jokes about traveling, and it's just like having a beer with a friend for a bit. you
Okay,
know?
not such a good pitch,
No.
really.
What?
No, but what
But
I
he's
want to
6'5"
know...
and he's really rich.
I don't think he is rich, poor man.
No, I'm not. But
We have worked together for many years, and I am amazed that you are now taking that step onto the stage. And I just think to myself, here you've been bringing all these shows all this time, and actually, really, all you wanted to do was go on the stage yourself.
Not the whole time, no, but it came along.
But it's-
so what's wrong? What's the shit? Why is it a shit pitch? I just don't. I
Well,
don't-
it was very relaxed.
Oh,
Okay,
I'm,
I'll
I'm,
do your
I'm
pitch.
super hot.
Yeah.
And the women and some of the men in the audience are going to want to shag me.
Yeah.
And
But I want to know, why do you want to stand on the stage and do shows? What for?
because I really enjoy it. I like making people laugh. I know that sounds.
All
really
right, it's
cliche.
not fame and
Oh,
fortune.
fuck
and,
no.
Oh,
All right,
no,
that's
no,
fine.
no, no, no. It's
well,
all,
that's what I wanted to
No,
know.
for
all
because-
the right reasons. And
No, I just really.
this is,
get off
you know,
the line.
I think
No,
to...
I think Jessie wants to be rich and famous.
Oh,
Come
do you
on.
reckon?
Well, you can do both.
Oh, I
Yeah.
think
I
so.
definitely want to be beloved. I don't know about rich and famous.
Oh, beloved,
The
that's
high
a...
of getting an audience laughing.
Oh
is
yeah.
a-
Oh
there's-
yeah.
Yeah, it's a big ask,
I've taken
beloved.
a lot of drugs, and that is
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
the best one.
So, now, Karen,
Yes, me.
if you could distill...
Where's your show?
Yeah. And is there anything this is just terrible because you've got hundreds of shows. Why should we keep coming to the Gilded Balloon? I can't tell you. I wept hot salt tears coming through Bristol Square and seeing the balloon
TV
at the back, the TV at the back there with fucking underbelly spread out like a rash all over Bristol Square. Pleasant. It's wrong. It's wrong.
Well, we have three big venues. We've got the museum, we've got Patra House, we used to call it House, but the English wouldn't understand it, and Appleton Tower, which the university have very kindly not given to us.
Yeah,
They let
yeah.
us use while TVIT's being, and TVIT will be finished next year, which will be amazing. And in those halls, there's at least 18 to 20 venues, and loads and loads of comedy. It's 40 years, so I've been trying to bring back lots of people that
Yes.
from the past and people I've made friends with. But on top of that, we've got Rosie O'Donnell, who's her debut in the
Yeah.
UK, and Alan Davis and lots. But then we have lots of very good women, and in fact, I did offer you a
Yes,
slot,
you did,
just
yeah.
so you know, but she didn't want to come. So obviously I shouldn't really be talking to her.
No. You idiot.
Come on, I'm sorry.
No, but this is the problem with
Yeah.
is some of them want to be in this venue
Yeah.
for what reason?
Yeah.
When we are women helping women,
Yeah.
and we will do
Couldn't
everything.
do better than the Gilded Balloon.
Well, you're
Yeah.
just saying that
I'm
because
not.
you and I know each other.
I'm not from way back.
Yeah, but we are pink and we are proud and
Yeah.
we are, I mean, it is Katie. I mean, I'm a strong, loud woman, but she is a intelligent, sensible woman, and the two, and because we love each other and our family are working with us, we make it into a family, and that's what we love.
First show I saw at Edinburgh was in Gulliver.
Oh, well,
It was
that's
Macy
good.
Adam Stavey.
Oh, isn't she gorgeous?
No, we're just going
She's
to...
very excited now.
We're,
because of
we're
the
just going to
women.
carry chattering along because I was hoping to, as we say, get the scissors in somewhere, but that's not going to happen. we can probably do it somewhere after family love each other. That's why it works.